Good morning, students. Hope you all are good and staying at your home safely. So, students, like yesterday, I had explained you passage 3 and passage 4 of the 2 and 3 of the poem. So, today I will be explaining you passage 4 and passage 5, means the stanza 5, 4 and 5 of the chapter. So, before going to explain you stanza 4 and 5, I'll just give you a quick review of stanza 2 and stanza 3 once again. So, in stanza 2, the poet says that they whom we call stranger or foreigners also use the sun, air, and water as we do. So, they too are aware of them, and there is no difference in the foreigner among us. So they get the crops and their eatables from the field as we do. So they like peace as we do. During the wartime, even they have to face hardship, and they die due to starvation as we would have. So there is nothing like foreigners according to the poet. Students, there is nothing like foreigners according to the poet, because all the things go parallel, and they use their power of hands to get the things done as we do. So, like us, they also speak to communicate with one another. So, where does the strangers lie? According to the poet is asking, like, where does the stranger lie when we share each and everything, like sun, air, and water. They also share the same thing. So therefore the poet stresses that there is nothing as to be called stranger or foreign. Now, in the stanza of 3, the poet says that how can someone be a stranger or a country be a foreign with so much of similarities? So he says that all of them whom we call strangers have eyes like that of us, and they too see the world like us. So they too follow the course of earth every day and sleep as well as woke up like we do. So they too are sensitive like us, and they have strength like us. So like in this overall, if we say, we can see that there is no difference in the way we live, and wherever we go, life has a similar mechanism which is easily identifiable and can be understood with such ease. So summing up, or you can say, we can summarize the third paragraph. The poet is right in saying that no men are strange and no country is foreign. Now today I will be explaining you paragraph 4. Before explanation, I'll just go with the what paragraph 4 is about. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. So hate here, student, means to despise. Disposes means deprive. Betray means to cheat. Condemn means to defend. Now, here, in these 4 lines, the poet has proved that the fact that there is nothing like stranger or foreign, as he had already described in paragraph, or explained you in paragraph 3rd. So, according to the poet, there is nothing like stranger or foreign. Everything has a similar frame. We all are same, and nothing is there that can be used to prove dissimilarity. Still, there are some people among us who disapprove it, and who try to break the feeling of brotherhood, like by provoking one against the other and destroying social as well as the global हारमोनी. लाइक होता नहीं है, जैसे आपकी अगर सोसाइटी बहुत अच्छी है तो उसमें कोई ना कोई आके वो क्या करता है, ये दे जस्ट बिट्रे, और दे जस्ट लाइक वो सबके बीच में क्या करना चाहते हैं, लड़ाई कराना चाहते हैं. दे जस्ट वांट अ फाइट अमंग us. So they don't like a global brotherhood, and they just want to provoke the brotherhood, even as well as they just want to break the feeling of the brotherhood. So these few people excite us to take the arms against our brothers, to hate them and to kill them. So यही जो लोग होते हैं जो हमें क्या करते हैं, they just provoke us to kill or hate the other people. That's why we always, हम लोगों को यही बोला जाता है ना, अगर हम लोग एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल ले क्लास का, तो जो क्लास टीचर होती है वो यही कहती है ना, दिस इज माई क्लास एंड ऑल द स्टूडेंट शुड बी कीप देम सेल्फ एज इन अ यूनिटी. आप अपनी दोस्ती भी निभाते हो तो क्या करते हो, यूनिटी में रखते हो, सो दैट नो वन कैन ब्रेक यू. सो but the those few people excite us to take the arms, and they just want to hate them and to kill our brother and sister. And if we, in the fit of that provoking, do something wrong to our brother, then we are harming our spirit only. और अगर इसी जोश में आके हमने अपने ब्रदर्स या अपने सिस्टर्स को हार्म किया, तो इस तरीके से हम लोग किसको हार्म करें, वी आर हार्मिंग आवर सेल्फ. And our brothers whom we should ally are subjected to the mislead. And here the poet says that not to commit any such wrong deed and not to degrade humanity. So we should not degrade the humanity by killing our brother and sister, by provoking some other people. By like अगर हमें कोई provoke करता रहता है, गुस्सा दिलाता रहता है, तो ही हम लोग दूसरे इंसान के अगेंस्ट में आर्म्स उठाते हैं. अगर कोई मुझे ये बोले, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ़ आई टेक द स्टूडेंट ऑफ 2 स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ माई क्लास, लाइक राम जो है वो श्याम को पसंद नहीं करता, वो बार बार मुझे ये प्रोवोक करेगा कि मैम श्याम ने मुझे ये ऐसे किया, श्याम ऐसे बोला था, तो व्हाट, तो मेरे को गुस्सा तो श्याम ही के ऊपर आएगी ना. वाई, बिकॉज राम इज प्रोवोकिंग मी, ही वॉज लाइक प्रोवोकिंग मी टू टेक सम स्टेप्स अगेंस्ट श्याम, और मैं उसी रेग में, उसी एंगर में आके, गुस्से में आके मैं श्याम को आई जस्ट पनिश द श्याम. So in this manner, a poet is also saying that we should not come in the force of any person who is provoking against our brother and sister. So if I summarize this paragraph, so here the poet says that whenever we are told to hate or kill our brother, we only deceive, disown, or to cheat, or to criticize, we are criticizing ourselves. So to the curse of bloodthirsty arms against each other, by taking out the bloodthirsty arms, like to take the strict action or strict punishment against our brother and sister. So student, now I'll go with the question answers of this paragraph. Here the first question is, who are we told to hate? So the answer is, we are told to hate our fellow beings just because they hail from separate countries, मतलब कि they belong from a separate country. Now second, what do we do when we hate our brothers? So when we hate our brothers, we hate ourselves. Now the third question, what do we do when we take up arms against each other? So when we take up arms against each other, we pollute our mother earth. Why? We will kill that person, and his dead body will be buried in our earth, and in this way we pollute our mother earth. Now the fourth question, what does the poet want from the readers? So the poet wants that we should not hate anybody, because we all are the members of the same big family. So we should live in harmony to make our life better. I'm repeating the answer once again. The poet wants that we should not hate anybody, because we all are the members of the same big family. So we should live in harmony to make our life better. Now I'll go with the fifth paragraph and the last paragraph. So the fifth paragraph says that it is the human earth that we defile. Defile means to pollute or to make dirty. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries are strange. So defile means pollute, outrage the innocence of means violate the purity of. So here, students, the poet says that when when a war break out between two nations, it is our mother earth that we make dirty to such an extent to create living hell of dust and fire that will violate the purity of our surrounding, including our thoughts and actions. Here the poet wants to say that अगर हम किसी के अगेंस्ट में, अपने ब्रदर्स के अगेंस्ट में अगर आर्म्स उठाते हैं, तो हम लोग क्या होता है, उसमें आपकी वॉर होता है. वॉर में क्या होता है, आप एक दूसरे को गोली मारते हो, बहुत ज़्यादा ब्लड बहता है. उससे क्या होता है, हमारे ही मदरलैंड क्या हो रही है, सफ़र कर रही है. और इस तरीके से क्या हो रहा है, वी आर पॉल्यूटिंग आर मदरलैंड, वी आर डर्टिंग आर मदरलैंड. और जिससे क्या होता है, टू वी आर क्रिएटिंग अ लिविंग हेल ऑफ डस्ट एंड फायर. हमारे अंदर का जो आग है वो सबको जला देता है. जब लड़ाई होती है, ये दंगा होता है, तो क्या होता है, घर जल जाते हैं या किसी की कार को जला दिया जाता है. उससे भी क्या हो रहा है, सारा का सारा नुकसान अपने सराउंडिंग में हो रहा है, और अपने एक्शंस और अपने जो थॉट्स होते हैं वो भी कहीं ना कहीं हमारे इंक्लूड होकर वो क्या हो रहे हैं, दे आर ऑल्सो मेकिंग अस हेल, और they are also, we are making our thoughts and action, like we are polluting our thoughts and action. So the air of both the countries gets polluted in this way. To save humanity, we should stop thinking people living in other land or countries as foreign or strange. So they all are essentially the same. There is no difference between human. So in this way we are polluting both the side countries air, we are polluting the air of both the sides of the countries. So we should not think that there is any stranger or foreigner between us. There is no foreign country or there is no stranger. We all are a human being, and we all have to live in a peaceful way and in a brotherhood way. So if I'll go with the stanza 5, I'll just summarize up once again, so that you will come to know that what the fifth paragraph says. This is the last paragraph, students. Listen it very carefully. I'm repeating it again, that the poet says that taking arms against our brother not only pollute our spirit, but also pollute the whole earth we are living upon. So whatever we do in the state of provocation, अगर हमें कोई भी काम ऐसा करते हैं जो प्रोवोक आके करते हैं, दैट इज नॉट जस्टिफाइड, एंड वी मेक द सराउंडिंग पॉल्यूटेड विथ आर misleads. So in the we must not do any of the blunders under the those seduce or the those person who are like provoking us. So we should live in a harmony and in the brotherhood. Now I guess that you had understood this fifth paragraph, and now I'll go with the question answers. So the first question of the fifth paragraph is, what does the phrase human earth refer to? So here the phrase human earth refers to the entire earth on which we live. It is a full of human feelings and human values such as love, compassion, brotherhood, etc. I'm repeating the answer once again. The phrase human earth refers to the entire earth on which we live. It is a full of human feelings and human values such as love, compassion, brotherhood, etc. Now the second question, what do you mean by the innocence of air? So here the air in the nature is clean, so innocent. When we wage war against each other, the air gets polluted due to the smoke and dust. So in this way we are polluting our air. Third question, what does the phrase hells of fire and dust refer to? So the above phrase refers to the wartime destruction of life and property. I'm repeating the answer once again. The above phrase refers to the wartime destruction of life and property. Fourth question, when do we defile the human earth? Means when we pollute the human earth. So we defile the human earth by taking arms against each other. So student, in this way I had explained you the chapter with the passage wise and also given you the question answers according to the passage. Tomorrow I will be discussing the question answers that is given at the back side of the chapter, as well as I will be like give you the notes of the five paragraph, means the screenshot or the picture of the five passage question answers, as well as the video. I will be sharing with you all tomorrow, in which I will be discussing the question answers of the chapter. So till then, students, take care and bye bye.